Just signing on to a ship is a pretty crazy experience. You're moving into essentially your house for the next couple weeks. You're meeting a bunch of people, getting used to a new schedule. It's a pretty hectic couple days, but throw a shipyard into the mix, well, that's a whole other level of crazy. In all my years of sailing, I never worked in a shipyard before. I've always heard of guys talking about working in the shipyard, the pros, the cons. Some guys hate it, some guys love it. But this was going to be my first time. And boy oh boy, what an experience. The ship didn't resemble a ship anymore. Scaffolding scattered the whole deck, going all the way up the cranes, the lifeboat, wires, equipment, random crates all over. Even inside the house was a mess. You couldn't escape it. There was work being done everywhere. Not to mention, with all the shipyard personnel, contractors and everyone else, it was hard to figure out who was crew and who wasn't. But you know, after a couple days, I started figuring it out.
Hello, what's up guys? You know, this is Bosun, have a cup of coffee.
They were all good guys, just as crazy as I was. My new family for the next couple months. As stressful as it was, dealing with all the commotion and mayhem, it was definitely cool seeing the ship in a different light. Seeing parts of the ship that you wouldn't normally see. Lots of work going on. Guys welding stuff, painting stuff. It's all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of moving parts right now. And on top of it, we're trying to get work done, and it's just mayhem. But it's different, it's cool. Let me tell you, if you ever want to feel small, walking underneath a 60,000 ton vessel will do the trick. Humbles you real quick. So all these parts these guys are replacing, all the stuff the shipyard's replacing, all the new parts have to be greased. And needless to say, it's an endless amount of greasing. If you're having a hard time understanding what I'm saying, I don't blame you. The noise was non-stop. But I was tasked with the job of greasing all the new parts. There was tons of replaced parts, and everything needed to be greased. So I had the honor of using Bambi for the first time, aka our grease gun. Little did I know, this was going to be the first of many times I would have to grease the cranes. As messy as working in the shipyard was, it did have its moments. Letting us do jobs that we wouldn't normally have while we were out to sea. Like when Eugene and I went up in the man basket. We had to do some work on the forward mast, and it was quite the ride.
Scared for my life right now, but it's a good feeling. I like it up here.
We are going to leave the dry dock and shift over to the lay berth for the remainder of our stay in Portugal. They're going to finish the work while we're in the lay berth. So, yep, shifting today. Before the ship would be able to shift, there's a couple things that had to get done. The forward winches had gotten some work done. So, first thing in the morning, we got to put the lines back on. Putting lines back on was a pretty chill job, nice and slow, but it was just the beginning of a very long day. The shift was going to be happening in the middle of the night. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm assuming they wanted to shift at night to prevent the shipyard workers and contractors from losing a day of work. Time is money, and they would lose a day if we shifted during their work hours. We're staying right there. We moved into this lock, then they drained it. Now we're waiting to leave and go through. After a long night, we finally threw out our lines and tied up in our new berth. After the shift, there was still plenty of work to do. Odd jobs here and there, like cleaning a free-falling lifeboat, which is surprisingly a lot harder than you would think. But the main priority was taking care of the ballast tanks. Just like everywhere, the ballast tanks had had some work done. And we wouldn't be seaworthy until the ballast tanks could take water.
How we looking, Eugene? All the way down there? All right, I'm gonna step up.
So, we climbed in each and every ballast tank and cleaned it top to bottom to make sure there was no debris that would clog the filters. Not the most fabulous job in the world, but it had to get done. Slowly but surely, scaffolding started to come down, and the ship started to look like a ship. After the ship being in the shipyard for a month and a half, me personally being here for 3 weeks, we were getting ready to finally leave. The word around the ship was that from Portugal, we would head over to Nova Scotia to load some stone. As fun as the shipyard was, I think me and the rest of the crew were ready to go, set sail, and move on to the next chapter.
Take it easy, Pedro.
If you enjoyed the video and you'd like to support the channel, please consider liking, subscribing, or sharing the video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.